And good evening, everyone. This is none other than Lightliger here, doing a bit of a sponsored review on a couple of these killer dApps which have been built in the last couple of months or so on the xDAI blockchain, starting off with xPollinate, which is basically a cross-chain bridge for stablecoins like TETHER, USDC, and DAI, allowing you to transfer your stablecoins from one chain to another. So let's say I have TETHER on xDAI chain. I can move that into Phantom, I can move that into Matic, I can move that into Binance Smart Chain, or vice versa. I'm going to be moving it from Binance Smart Chain into xDAI, Matic, now called Polygon, or Phantom. So any of these four combinations are available across these three different actual stable coins. And you can also choose where the money will be received. So in case you want to send money to your friend from your Binance Smart Chain address into his xDAI chain, that can be also done. So the first thing you obviously need is actually adding up the chains in your MetaMask. I'm going to leave a link down below where you can add those automatically. A very convenient service. And you got to choose the chain that you're going to be using to sending the money from. So I have some xDAI actually right now on my Binance Smart Chain. And I want to move it into xDAI chain because, well, for whatever reason, there's better yield farming opportunities on XYZ chain than the other. And this is also very convenient when there is, let's say, you have money on Matic, but the exchange does not support deposits through the Matic's blockchain. You can move it into the other chain and use that to basically deposit. So this is a superbly convenient way to do that. And the fees are very, very minimal and fixed as of right now. So I'm going to be using this to swap. And first we'll get the actual information. There will be a sign up link where you will be kind of confirming that you are using this account here. And then it will take you to a screen where you basically see your balances in that specific stable coin that you chose. So this is going to be taking a couple of minutes. And here we can see we have roughly around 5 DAI here. So that much how I paid around, let's say, a quarter of a cent in fees when I transferred from xDAI into actually towards to Binance Smart Chain when I was testing this out. And now it shows you the price, how much you will be getting for this, estimated fee, almost sub-minimal here, and it will basically swap it. And there will be the confirmation obviously here, which we're going to be approving in the Binance Smart Chain, and that's we're going to be confirming that. So the transaction will go through now into the pool. Make sure you will not close this page right here. This is very important, obviously. And now it will basically move into the same address that we have here. So this is my xDAI address that we have here. It's the same that I have on the Binance Smart Chain. So understand, when you are using MetaMask and you're adding up these chains, you can use the same OX address for all of these chains, and it always will be the same private key, FYI. And usually, depending on the chain that are being used here, it's going to be taking around a couple of minutes to go through. I presume if you're going to be choosing like Phantom and Matic or Phantom with xDAI, it's going to be probably the fastest way. Binance Smart Chain out of these four selections is the most congested and historically has the most amount of problems as well. And after the actual transfer takes place, you can, and here you can see a bit of a support and things like these. And as you can see here, do not close or refresh. Now, after a couple of minutes, the actual transaction went through, and I can see the balance reflected here on my total xDAI amount. For some reason, it lags a bit behind on the actual block scout, just telling you that FYI. But now we can take a bit of a dive into the other service that we have, which is obviously the Omni bridge, allowing you to basically move money from the xDAI chain in the Binance Smart Chain if you want to as well. And this allows you to move certain different tokens, obviously, which are not listed on the xPollinate. So in case people are looking for those services as well. So I'm going to leave that Omni bridge link down below, and they do allow Ethereum between xDAI and Binance Smart Chain between xDAI as well. And there on the advanced tab, you can also send the recipient address in case you don't want to move it into your own address or perhaps another own address that you own. But next up, since we have moved up some money into the actual xDAI chain, I'm going to be showing you a bit of the Honeycomb farms and kind of the things that they are basically doing. So we're going to be pooling a bit of our xDAI and also Agave into the actual pools here. So the first thing you're going to be doing after you have collected these currencies, you're going to be pulling in. We're going to be going into the HoneySwap, and here we're going to be clicking add liquidity to make sure you're obviously on the right chain. And I'm going to be choosing Agave here with xDAI, and I'm going to be putting the max amount here. That is roughly around $10. This is only for testing. And here it obviously shows you a very high transaction fee, but this is on xDAI, meaning that this is 1/10 of a cent in transaction. MetaMask is a bit flipping up with these notifications. So understand when you're going to be doing transactions on xDAI, they are actually in very, very, very cheap. So once the approval goes through, we can basically supply these funds here, and that means basically we are able to stake that supply, which the supply turns into an LP token. Most people have heard about the term, and if in case it does, the supply seems read it out, wait just a second or refresh the page, confirming the supply. And here we go, once again, transaction showing up quite interesting numbers. Don't mind them. This is xDAI again, so that fees are a lot lower than on the actual page here. We can prove that from the on the block thing. Okay, it actually went through already. So xDAI confirmations take a very low amount of seconds, and here you can see it was basically 1/2 of a cent. That was the actual fee there. And now we have basically added money into the pool, and we can go back into the actual Honeycomb and go to the farms, and we can stake that Agave and xDAI. X is wrapped DAI, by the way. So xDAI is normally called, and when it's wrapped, it's called xDAI. Now, and you will be getting the Honeycomb token. There's actually an airdrop that they have going on, which is basically in case you had in the past provided any liquidity in one hive, you're basically eligible for it, but you're able to claim it only so much during the time. So the rest of the amount is actually vested in. So you have to wait for 6 months to unlock the whole sum. So I'm going to be staking this. And the cool thing about what they have built it out is that you can basically lock up your deposit for a longer period of time. So let's say I want a more higher yield, and you can get that by locking it up for more days. So this is going to be such a small sum, so I'm going to be putting it for 60 days here, or 61 days. And that allows me to get a higher yield percentage, the 400% higher yield than I would normally get with that type of a service by using this. So there are a lot of cool things and dApps that are being built as of right now on xDAI. We already talked about a little of the component finance, and this allows you to swap between, let me actually change the chain here again because it seems to be messing up a bit. So basically you can provide, xDAI, wrapped xDAI here, as I have $184 here. And you can pull it in, and you provide liquidity, and you will be getting liquidity rewards by doing so. And here you're allowed to basically swap stable coins between each other in case you want the USDP, and if you want to change it on Binance Smart Chain. So this is another option that you can also use and pull in, because on the other option you can't obviously pull in and profit from the actual cross-chain bridge. But more videos about these players are to come in future videos. I still think that there's a lot of cool things being built on xDAI chain, and I still prefer it over Phantom and Matic, because I think the community is better, and there's just more dApps inherently on xDAI chain, in my opinion, and then those two others. But that's going to be wrapping up my video. Please subscribe, like. If you have any questions about the bridges or anything regarding them, leave the comments down below, or actually go into the official websites to get more information about them. Thanks for watching. See you soon.